I said, what you have to do, I said, when you get home, I say, what you need to do is access your environment. First of all, look at what's going on. What is the mood of your mom? What is the mood of your siblings? What's going on? Is there anything that you can interact? No, you might not feel like it. No, you may feel like it's not your job and your responsibility. But guess what? You're living in that environment that's filled with chaos. So the first thing you need to do is when you go home, dissect the atmosphere. No, you didn't cause it, but you still got to live in it. And then I begin to talk about the hurricane. I say, what they say about the eye of the storm?
That's the most calmest part of the song.
Exactly. I say, but within that storm, everything is chaos. I say, that sounds like you right now. He's like, yes, sir. I say, so basically, when you go home, you have to focus on the eye that's in the storm, because you can't go anywhere. So now I have to determine, how am I going to manage this storm? How am I going to manage this relationship? How am I going to manage not being able to pay my bills? How am I going to manage, my lights finna get cut off? How am I finna manage, I don't like my job? I have to be there, but I have to assess my situation and be honest.
The B2S podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop motivated apparel and grab yourself some motivated apparel today.
Hey, yo, what up, world? What it do? Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blueprint to Success podcast, where we give you principles to teach you how to live life by design and not by default. Hey, this your host, Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Shift Motivator. Joined together tonight with my co-host, my brother from another mother.
Yo.
Man, y'all know what it do. Give it up for my bro, Alxndr Hall.
Yo, let me get that drum right.
Alxndr Hall, what's up? What's going on? What's going on, man? What's cracking? Oh, man, here you go with that.
Facts.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yo,
Alxndr.
Dumbo is out right now, produced by Diamond and Certifico.
Get
You need
that.
some tracks, man. Hit up my bro,
Lord.
Diamond, man. Go
download it.
view it on YouTube.
Telling you.
It's off these platforms right now. We got a little thing we got going on. So
What you
go
cooking?
view it, man. YouTube, ALXNDRHALL. North Cape, we are on
The way.
for sure. Dumbo is out.
Yes, sir.
You gotta drop the bomb right there.
For sure.
You gotta drop the bomb, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we excited to be joining with y'all tonight, man. And once
Big
again,
facts.
y'all know who this crazy joker is to my right or your left, man. He make
Ain't crazy.
Big bag, man.
I'm misunderstood.
Big dog.
Big bag.
Hey,
Man, y'all give it
You
up
know
for
what?
my brother from the same mother, man. Y'all give it up for Boy Wonda.
let me tell you something. They keep calling me Big Bag tonight. They calling those things as though they already were, because that big bag is coming. Believe you me, it's coming. It's coming, baby. Hey, look here. Hey, it's already here. Right now.
Preach on.
No cap. No cap. And hey, listen, I got this, bro.
Mike.
Bro.
He go from Boy Wonder to Bag Wonder. You know? Bag Wonder, big bag, man. Let's go, man. I need one of them bags.
Run it.
Hey, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need one of them bags, man.
Bro, as y'all can tell, had a better day today. Better week. All right.
Hey, you haven't choked nobody.
Hey, listen, man. That vein was right there, brother.
Ooh, that pressure.
Yeah.
No, but on the real, man, it's good. I can't tell you, man. Like when I was thinking about it last week, bro, it's just like it is crucial to have a circle and a group of friends or people that you really rock with you and you rock with the long way that can talk you off the ledge, that can let you vent, do what you need to do to get centered back right. You feel me?
For sure.
And get recalibrated.
Yeah, dig.
Yeah, dig. So I'm recalibrated, y'all, as you can tell. But make sure you get Rick Reed album. You know what I'm saying? 316, that's out.
Yep.
Life After Death, run the numbers up. You know, y'all been doing wonderful with that. God bless y'all. Got videos coming on the way and a new single for the summer. So it's gonna be crazy. And I can't say too much more stuff because, you know what I'm saying, waiting on that one partnership that's about to go down.
It's about to go down.
But, bro, I got to tell you something. We about to shift. You know what I'm saying? Give a little motivation. You heard me? I got to see how my brother.
I'm about to slap him.
We about to tap in with my brother. You feel me? Yeah, dude.
If he come up missing, I ain't had nothing to do with it.
Look, yeah, you heard me?
Yeah, let's go ahead and go to him because right now
we fit tap in.
I need some shifting in my life.
I need it in my life.
But today has been day. Literally,
I believe
from one end of the county to the other,
bruh.
But today was good.
This is our life, literally.
Doing little damage control on these campuses.
What?
Lord Jesus, our children.
Oh Lord, no cap.
Yeah,
nah, bro. It's really crazy out here, bro. Like, it's
had some meetings today, man, with some schools in the area, and it went well, man. So even got an opportunity to do a little damage control, a little
That's
bit.
dope.
Because, you know, had a meeting they canceled out, so I was like, well, I got a little extra time, so we hung out a little bit. They gave me a tour of the campus. It's dope. It's really dope, and so we did that. And, you know, they had some kids that had a little beef and stuff going on, so we had opportunity to try to put some fires out. That particular fire there, we wasn't successful in putting that fire out, so they had to do what they had to do.
Yeah.
So sometimes it just be like that. You can't save them all.
No, but, and then it takes longer too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But the rest of them, it was a 9 out of 10 day.
Facts. Locked in loaded.
Locked in loaded. Oh Lord, we got reinforcements.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you because it's needed, bro. Like, mentors are needed more now than ever.
Oh man, the stuff these kids are dealing with, man, it is horrendous, man. These kids are actually raising families and not the parents, and it's heartbreaking because the kid has to go to school, but the parent ain't being the parent. You know what I'm saying? And accountability. They're not taking accountability for their action. You know?
Oh my God, bro.
And it burns. You know, there's no a 16, 17-year-old kid should be bearing the weight of your decisions. You the parent. You know what I'm saying? Accountability. If you don't know how to parent, suck the pride up and get around people that you can glean from and learn how to handle situations. Everybody got it bad right now. You know, you finding out kids and family, man, they homeless, they ain't got nowhere to go because of the economy. You know, some of them don't got no food, some of them ain't got no clothes, and you know, so it's a community effort, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to put all this energy on these teachers and stuff. It's not their responsibility to babysit your kid.
Exactly.
And that's what's going on. And so, but they need that reinforcement to like, you can do it. Like, you know, this, you know, regardless of what they do or what they don't do, you still have control of what you have the ability to do. Your power to get up and get your butt up out that bed and get to the bus stop so you can get to school.
Exactly.
So you can learn something and try to be successful. No, everything ain't like it's supposed to be. We get it, we understand it. But extract what you can extract.
Exactly.
Get your diploma, get on up out of there and go on about your life.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, but don't come to school and disrupt the whole process for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we got to get back to.
Yeah, because the parents are the one that's supposed to throw the alley to the teachers to slam dunk it. So
Ooh,
they
I like that.
You know, I mean, bruh, it's real.
Ooh, boy, you finna make me put that in my presentation.
you can.
Well, yeah. Oh, trust me.
You can.
It's a done deal.
It's there. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you could just rewind it back to whatever the mark is. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But for real, like the parents are supposed to pass the rock off and throw it up so that so the teachers can slam dunk it, because one, they trying to recorrect boundaries, standards, morals, and values that should already been established in the home.
Exactly.
So now they doing double duty. They doing double work. And there was one teacher that I seen, like, she just snapped. She just lost it. She walked out. And it should never have to get to a point where a teacher is getting pressed up against the wall because the student don't want to learn and just want to kiki playing haha. And it's just like, okay, well, why do you go? Because obviously you want to go because you're looking for something. You desire what you're looking for that you know that's there, but because you're trying to appease your peers and try to be a peer of something that you're not, now you want to no.
Yeah.
Because you keep coming because you know that's a better place for you, because obviously what's going on at home it's messing with you.
No.
So go ahead.
I'm sorry, bro.
Hey,
Sleeping bear has
wait
a
a minute. Wait a minute. What he said? Hold on. Wait. Word for word, verbatim. Man,
Y'all got it.
I ain't saying nothing.
No, I'm saying from the house though.
It always from the house.
From the house.
Where else would it be?
See, let me tell you what happens when you have. See the person who walks out, they walk out because it's overwhelming when you're taking on damage control, damages that you're trying to control that you didn't put there,
that you didn't contribute to at all.
Right.
So let me. I'm gonna repeat that.
Peel that onion. Peel them layers.
Come on.
Yeah. So
made me cry.
The reason why the teacher walks out of the classroom, because the teacher, for one, is there to show the students something new, something they need that's viable for them. And sometimes when you learn something new, you need structure, you need boundaries, you need stuff like that. So when you have when the other person who's supposed to be learning, quote unquote, has a lot of damage that's not controlled, you know what I mean? That gets in the way of them learning.
Yeah,
exactly.
So they're in the classroom acting from their trauma.
Right.
So the teacher walks out, the teacher breaks because they can't help trying to control all this damage that they didn't even put there in the beginning. It's the difference. It's not that they're not tolerant, it's just that they can't bear. It's so much that they can bear. But here's the thing. If you're the one who did the damage, you can bear a little more because you know you put it there.
That's good.
That's true.
That's why you have people together for 4-5 years. They going back and forth. They still y'all still going through it. Y'all still going through it because they doing damage to each other. Now they got bonded by it.
What they call bonded trauma.
Right. But it's a different thing when you're not the one who put the damage there and you're trying to control it. Eventually that person backs out of the situation. I'm gonna just throw that out there because sometimes, but if the other person, the only way to fix that, if the other person or the parent of that child in the household, if they take accountability, you know what, I am slacking, I did do that, then that helps with that person's behavior. That helps to heal some of that stuff up. So when they come in that environment to learn from that teacher or to learn from that person, they respond differently.
Exactly.
They do.
Yeah. And that's what it's about. It's about getting a different response. Right. So even we can take that. Okay, let's curtail that right over here into like how does damage control get into my family? You know, how does it get into my relationship? You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's the same situation. We intro that, you know, because this is kind of like how my day went. So we just kind of piggybacked off of that. But still, like, you know, looking at your life, like damage control, like, you know, transparent moment. You know, a couple months ago, you know, me and the missus had a disagreement, and I had to go and do some damage control because I caused the emotional damage that she was experiencing. You know what I'm saying? So, which put her in a less vulnerable state to be open with me to share certain information, so that way we can kind of disconnect from the trauma bonding and heal that situation, so that we can go back to having a peaceful house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but the biggest thing about it is like what Dub said in the beginning, is like having those people in your circle that can hold you accountable and be there for you. And that's what happened. You know, just having a conversation, you know, with some people that are close to us, and just being able to assess. You don't have to. The one thing is really imperative to know you, to know thyself. You know, it's very imperative, because you could solve a lot of your own issues just by knowing your patterns. It's a difference between making an excuse than searching out the root of the issue. And searching out the root of the issue could be like, it can look like or be dressed in the form of an excuse. Let me piggyback and peel the layers back on that. Well, how can that happen? Well, let's just say anytime a certain situation happens, you react or you respond a certain way. But then you're trying to display to your mate or your spouse that, hey, I'm not saying what I did was right. I'm not saying that what is wrong, but I'm going to let you know that this is why I responded in this manner, because this is how I felt. Now, these feelings came from XYZ situation because of what happened way back here on how I was treated in this situation. So now I'm not excusing what I did, but I'm just letting you know this is a trigger for me. So what happens is I'm not building that wall of excuse, but I'm building you a root system so that the fruit system can flourish and people won't be coming into your garden and partaking of your bitter fruit because you bitter.
And it's also give you an opportunity to let go of that trauma or that cause of pain, that cause and effect, and then it causes you to grab on to the healing process of what's going on, because it's like, okay, in order for me to really get over it, I have to let go of this.
You
know what I'm saying? Like I have to grab on the healing. I have to grab on, wow, okay, now this gives me a deeper depth and understanding of how I need to move now. Because if you're holding on to that, you're going to move the same pattern, the same thing, and it's not going to get you any different results.
Exactly.
It's insanity.
Because listen, I spent the whole hour with a kid today, with one of my earlier meetings this morning, and it was a school that purchased a bunch of my books. They purchased a bunch of workbooks and they purchased a bunch of books. And one of the student counselors, success coaches, on some campuses, what they call them, and so we're tracking the data on behavior, attendance, grades, you know, things that are changing because of some of the things that they're implementing, which includes me coming in there and doing my thing and imparting, you know, wisdom and mentorship and stuff, loving on the kids. So the kid, we set the meeting up last month and he wasn't at school that day. So he was actually there today, so we set it up. So, and once I done, I was like, man, I was sitting here talking to him for like an hour. So of course she gave him an excused absence from his class, so he wouldn't get in trouble. But man, to experience what I've experienced, that's what we did. It's like, man, I like really needed this, and come to find out, he has been his mom is a single mom, and you know, it's X amount of kids living in the house. And he's bearing the weight of all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming down on him. So, but when you begin to look at his GPA, his attendance, man, he's come a long way. And so, and why am I sharing up? Because basically what we're talking about is process. So I gave him like a little process. So I say, you know what? I say there's a passage that says a soft answer turns away wrath. I say, so when you're getting into it with your mom, I say somebody got to back off, because if not, everything is continuing to escalate. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not fit to sit here. First of all, you shouldn't be going there, but this is where we are. Parents and kids are going back and forth like they're friends and not parents. So you know, so I'm like, well, I ain't fit to even touch that right now. They just like, let me deal with you. Let me deal with you and how you respond. You know, don't go there with your mama. You know what I'm saying? Because if she rah-rahing at you, and you rah-rahing back at her, hey, guess what? Ain't nothing getting done. I say, so you got to shift your focus. Either you can shift your focus on the problem or you can shift your focus on the solution. And I say one thing I always say, energy never dies, it only transfers. Say, so y'all are transferring bad energies, and therefore bad energies are going throughout the house, and then you got to deal with your other sibling. I say, so now let's unpackage it. So I sat there with him a whole hour, and we just unpackaged some stuff and tried to give him solutions to the dilemma that he had. So that's when I say know thyself. That's what you have to do, because if you can't dissect your own problem, then at some point in time you're gonna have to learn how to do it, because a counselor may not be at your disposal.
Yep, and you have to be willing to do it.
You see what I'm saying? You know, and like I say the first part of success, the foundation of any success, is the first thing is showing up. Period. Thanks. Accountability. If I don't show up to hold myself accountable to the issue that caused the trauma that we connected to, that caused the trauma bonding, it's going to continue to linger there. And so I say, like, what do you like to do? You know, so we laid out a blueprint. You know what I'm saying? So even though he went through the goals, I said, well, I don't know if you wrote this in your goals with your success coach. I said, but put that in there. You know, so I'm trying to give him a seed, trying to plant a seed. So what you have to do is you got to plant that seed in your situation and watch it grow as you nurture it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if we're trying to disconnect or disassociate ourselves from the situation that got us bound, you know, whether it's emotionally or socially or whatever that looks like in your life, you have to be willing to dissect that problem and hold yourself accountable. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not surrounded by people that's going to hold you accountable, then you're doing yourself a disservice.
Well, for one, I think that, but before you hold yourself accountable for the role that you play in it, you have to look at the situation and be accountable to name it exactly for what it is. That's first.
That's true.
Because if you can't look at it and be like, it is this, and this is how it affected me, and this is how I partake in it. Now you can begin to make some adjustments.
Exactly.
You know,
because if you can't pinpoint it, you don't know what.
And you don't know what adjustment to make.
Exactly.
Because this happened the other day. That assumption and not being accountable, those two are dangerous. It causes problems. If you assume things and don't be accountable, it causes problems.
Right.
And that is a hard habit to break, especially depending on how you were brought up in the home. But it's hard because that's your first go-to.
Yeah.
That's
right.
your as they say, your vice. You know, everybody have different vices. You know, different things they have to work through, whether it's through trauma, whether it's through just whatever chaos has been created that you may not have caused, but you're in it. So it's like you help them to shift his focus. Because it's like that's what a lot of mentees need. They don't know how to shift their focus and shift off something more than what they're already constantly thinking on day in, day out, day in, day out. They don't have nobody that could be there to be like, hey, call the audible. Hey, this is what we're gonna do. Just like how you were saying when we was off the camera with Tim Tebow, like what the playbook actually means.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just because to understand what the play is, but it's to build a relationship with the coach. So when you're building that relationship with the coach, you're like, okay, coach, what I do now? You know what I'm saying? Now they're looking and being intense, and there's a change behavior that will cause them to be like, you know what? When this happens, no. You know what? I'm going to think about what my coach said. We're not going to go this route. Let me call an audible. Whether that's leaving the house, whether that's walking off to cool off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Somebody got to have that
somebody got to have
maturity. Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to explain to him. Like I know you're the kid, but if your mom is not in a position to respond a certain way as an adult, let's peel your layers back. You know, what can you do to kind of distress? What can you do that's when he began to open up about football, basketball, boxing. Well, guess what? I know a boxer. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm trying to set him up and connect him with a boxer. See, because that's what it's all about. Like making yourself resourceful and available for whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know how God wants to use you to be a blessing to people. However, you have to be able to acknowledge. Because when we sat there with our friends and we did that, man, I felt so liberated.
Yeah.
I felt so. I was like, you know, and I used the exact words like, you know what? I acknowledge the fact that I didn't give her a safe space to share that information without me going in my feelings and escalating the situation and making it worse. And then now she's going back into her shell, and now she don't want to share anything because well, you didn't make it safe for me to share that because every time I do this, this is how you respond. I don't like that. So since I don't like that, I'm not even going to attempt to go in that direction. So now I have to acknowledge the fact that, hey, I caused that problem. So now I have to do damage control.
Okay, so check this out. So I'm finna play devil's advocate for the rest of America.
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying?
America.
So like, so what happens when you're not the one who caused the damage control?
Oh shoot, that's easy.
You dig what I'm saying? Because it's people who are dealing with people and they going through things.
Yeah.
But
bro,
you didn't cause that person that damage, but you're getting the back end from the damage that's been caused.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Bro, that was our whole conversation.
Yeah, like it's like that's tough. That's why the teacher walks out.
Yeah.
So eventually the teacher gonna walk out.
Exactly.
Because I didn't even cause this. Look here, this.
I ain't finna deal with this.
I was trying to teach. Look here, I'm trying to.
He about to go Birdman. Hey, playboy.
And it's crazy. I said, what you have to do. I said, when you get home, I say, what you need to do is access your environment. First of all, look at what's going on. What is the mood of your mom? What is the mood of your siblings? What's going on? Is there anything that you can interact? No, you might not feel like it. No, you may feel like it's not your job and your responsibility. But guess what? You're living in that environment that's filled with chaos. So the first thing you need to do is when you go home, dissect the atmosphere. No, you didn't cause it, but you still got to live in it. And then I begin to talk about the hurricane. I say, what they say about the eye of the storm?
That's the most calmest part of the storm.
Exactly. I say, but within that storm, everything is chaos. I say, that sounds like you right now. He's like, yes, sir. I say, so basically, when you go home, you have to focus on the eye that's in the storm, because you can't go anywhere. So now I have to determine, how am I going to manage this storm? How am I going to manage this relationship? How am I going to manage not being able to pay my bills? How am I going to manage, my lights finna get cut off? How am I finna manage, I don't like my job? I have to be there, but I have to assess my situation and be honest. And then like I told him, I say, go to Google. Google how to handle sibling rivalry. Google how to handle problems and issues. I say, just Google stuff. And just see what I say. I say, that's an information channel for you. Don't just be on TikTok. And I say, he listened. I say, because what you need to do, you need to go home and assess your situation. I say, because what did I say? I say, a soft answer turns away wrath, right? I say, yeah. I say, two people can't argue with themselves.
So can't.
I say, so at some point you gotta peel back. I say, because I say, and I'm not making an excuse. I say, but do you even know how your mom was raised? I said, I'm not making an excuse, but that could be an issue on why she responds the way she responds. Exactly. I said, because you don't know what she had to deal with, and she don't know what she don't know. So, but all you know is you're tired. You want different. You want more. But okay, let's peel back. Since you're the next oldest person in the house, no, it's not your responsibility. I know it hurts. I know it's frustrating. However, let's see how we can do damage control. Because this is still your environment, you got to live in it. So let's figure out how to manage it. Because here's the thing, and this is what I turned to his kid. I say, you learning how to manage this situation, it may turn your mom around. It don't supposed to work that way, but because
because she's gonna notice a shift and a change in you that causes a question like, okay,
where's this coming from? So now it's like, once again, doing damage control. So guess what I did? I said, hey, do you think your mom will be open for me coming by the house? Oh yeah, I don't think she'll be cool. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go pay a house visit. You see what I'm saying? Because if I'm gonna mentor, and that's what I do with all my mentees. You know what I'm saying? Let me meet your parents. Because they need to know, because everybody hear me preach. Well, who's this preach? Now I've talked to people, they like, oh, you're preach. Oh, my kids talk about you all the time. Thank you for what you do. But I'm intentional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm dealing with your most prized possession. You need to know who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I'm different. Think different, be different, they're different. You know what I'm saying? So, but bro, it's like, I'm like, hey man, I was like, you got to learn how to manage. I said, learn how to manage your chaos, man. I say, so I'm gonna reach out to I know you. I said, I know your man that boxes. I say, at the end there's a boxing gym in the area. I said, so I'm gonna go by and pay a visit to the owner. See if I can connect that relationship.
Exactly.
And then what we're going to do, we're going to get you prepared for football and then basketball. So look, this is what we do. See, I love motivation, but my thing is empowerment with content. You know what I'm saying? The content that you use, strategize. Let's put a piece of the puzzle. But you have to you first go in there.
Mm-hmm.
You have to discern your environment, and then because if you don't discern your environment, you don't know how to manage it. So you wouldn't know how to handle the damage control. Mm-hmm. So like you said, you have to go in there and dissect. You have to be honest about what it is and making sure that that's what it is.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, because managing will give you the outlet that you need.
Yeah.
And managing doesn't mean you're accepting what's going on, but you're acknowledging what's going on.
That's it.
Because there's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a total difference. And when they see you making the changes that you're doing, like when you go and meet the parents, I feel like that's going to be an opportunity to where she's going to spew.
You know what I'm saying?
Unawaringly, because she doesn't know where she at or what's the gauge.
Yeah.
Why am I triggered? Why do I do what I do? Yeah. Like she's going to be able to see some things in you that you'll be able to deposit in her that'll cause her to reflect and go back into the eye of the storm. Yeah. Let me reflect. Let me see how was my childhood? How was I brought up? What did I go through? What did I face?
And also connect her with some possible resources that can help the household.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about help one, reach one, teach one. You know what I'm saying? It's all. But like I was telling her, like it still starts with you. You have to show up.
Yeah.
And I say so. I say so when I leave here, I don't want to call your coach here. And we just had this long, nice conversation. Oh, he didn't come to class today. And he started laughing. It's so funny. He was so thinking that. I said, you can't do that. Look at where you're at on your grades, man. You don't come this far. You have a thin line to mess this up. If you're talking about playing football in the fall, no, you need to show up every day. The only reason you don't need to show up at school is if you are sick. Yeah. Because your parents not driving. I said, so how do you get to school? You ride the bus? Yes, sir. Okay, wait, then that's your responsibility. Because you don't have nobody driving you to school. So obviously you're close enough to a bus stop where you can walk to the bus stop and get on. So I said, that's your responsibility. That's what you can control. I said, now the other stuff about your mom and your kids, your sibling, I say that's something we can work on. But that's going to have to start with your attitude and how you manage the damage control, to do the damage control. Bro. So we walk. I mean, I'm peeling. I'm like, man. I'm like, go ahead, Jesus.
So all right. So what you're saying is, damage control is
managed by the people that are involved. It doesn't matter who caused it.
Right. So it's on both parties.
It's on all parties. So it's just like with relationships, bro. What do we do? We point the finger at each other.
Mm-hmm.
So
first,
you. Okay, that's fine. But if I keep pointing the finger at you, at some point, somebody, and that's where, like, sometimes you may have to wear something that maybe you didn't do, but just to bring peace into that situation, so that because in order for clarity to enter in, peace has to come in somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It may not be a total understanding, but if me and you steady going back and forth pointing, can't no clarity come in because there's too much chaos right now.
Exactly.
Because what? Okay, let me just say this so people can understand this right here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Break it down, Aristotle.
When you are not accountable. Okay, no. Let me say what happens when you are accountable. Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm.
When you are accountable, you pick up your stuff and put it in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you drop, you pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, once you got stuff in your hands and you're holding your mess, you're part of the situation, because it's always two ways. It's never one-sided.
Mm-hmm. It's three-sided.
It's always two ways. Now, I'm not talking about if it's something to where, even if it is something like infidelity, if the person who cheated was like, well, I feel like this, that's something that you have to look at, because that's what they said they felt that made them do whatever. Now, if it's true or not is whatever, but you still have to assess it, right? But I'm talking about when just stuff happens, disputes or whatever, it's always a two-way street. It's never one-sided. Right. So let me tell you what happens. When you are accountable and you put your stuff in your hands, what happens is you pick up whatever that you dropped, and there's no room for you to point and have a manipulation moment.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
You can't if I'm owning what I did, I can't. My hands are tied, so therefore I can't point and guilt trip you for something. Ouch. Right. So because when it's accountability, you pick your own stuff in your hands.
Yeah.
So
Nobody ain't got to pick it up for you.
Let's just get that out there so people understand exactly what that is. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to understand that. Like when you're not accountable, that's when manipulation happens. Because you take something and magnify something else, and that shines the light off of you, and you don't pick up what you're supposed to pick up. When you're not accountable, you're robbing yourself. Because that's your opportunity to uproot and overcome the things that you've been dealing with for so many years. That's your chance for growth. That's your chance to bust the door down.
Thanks.
It's scary, especially if you've been dealing with people who have been manipulating you.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if you have been in relationships where people are narcissistic. So they constantly make you feel like you're to blame.
Right.
Or something is wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? So those type of people have a hard time being accountable, even for small stuff. They quickly try to find something to be like, yo, you.
Exactly.
And never be accountable for what they did.
Right.
And even when you say like they're robbing themselves, but they're also robbing their partners.
Yeah, for sure.
They're also robbing their relationship, robbing it of peace, robbing it of joy, robbing it of understanding, robbing of how can we come together and really think about this and just take a moment, sit back, breathe, evaluate, filter, however you need to filter. If you need to go somewhere, if you need to play a game, release, whatever is your outlet, you have to reflect on what and come back to, because you just can't leave it there. And so there was two different meanings of damage control that I want to read here real quick that I really like. One is action taken to limit the damaging effects of an accident or error, the cost of doing damage control after problems reach the crisis stage. I think that's powerful in itself, because it's always dependent upon the situation. If it's getting to the crisis stage, that makes me think, okay, this person has been trying to relate to you for so long, and now it's to the point to where it's just crazy, hectic, chaotic. I don't know what to do now.
It done escalated.
It done escalated to the point where nobody had a level head and couldn't do anything with it, because one, you're not listening, because you're more concerned that you. Right. So you can't see, well, how can I evaluate the situation and decline it? And then another one is measures taken to offset or minimize damage to reputation, credibility, or public image caused by a controversial act, remark, or revelation.
The B2S podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R8 28 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to stop your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
I think one of the things that stuck out to me within just this whole spew of lines was revelation. More than anything, because how can you get a revelation if there's no type of damage control, no type of hold on, let me breathe, let me think,
bro. If you don't take accountability, you will never have revelation.
That part.
And if you don't take accountability, then you will never have revelation. Therefore, you will be living in crisis forever. Everything, your whole relational makeup would be crisis. Every relationship you go through would be a crisis. Everything happened because you don't take accountability. You don't pinpoint what everything you do would be a crisis, bro.
And that's good. And let's peel back revelation. What is revelation? It is an unveiling or an uncovering of something.
Right.
And so what that means, in order for it to be unveiled or uncovered, that means it's already there.
Yeah.
So it's not nothing that's made up. It's something that actually is. And it goes back to what we said earlier. Like you have to pinpoint what that is and where it came from.
And it's painful.
Bro,
it's painful to be like, you know what, this is the problem. I understand. You know what I'm saying? But
Bro, just it's just to interject. It's like when I this was all off the cuff. Like it was just like I said, I was supposed to be gone, and I kept telling the kid, I said, y'all don't understand how much of a divine appointment this is. I said, because I don't even supposed to be here right now. I was supposed to have a meeting with your administration, and I was supposed to have been heading to another situation in another city. So the fact that I'm here and I'm dealing with this, I didn't say this part, but this is what I'm just like, y'all finna get it. You know what I'm saying? I said, because I say, and I asked the kids this right here. I say, who wants to be successful? Everybody raised their hand, and I was hoping everybody would, because you get some they just sit there. Then, but they raised their hand. I said, okay. Then I began to ask them, well, what does success look like for you? And then some of them, and then I said, okay. So I just want to kind of get them in and going. I say, so how many of y'all like school? A few hands raised up. I say, well, how many of y'all don't like school? Okay, a bunch more hands raised up.
Of course.
So I said, okay, talk to me real quick before I go into what I want to say. I say, so what is it about school you don't like? And then they started naming. And then some of them, this is what shocked me. A couple of the kids said, it's exhausting. And that led me right into where I wanted to go.
Wow.
That's what I said. I said, because, everybody was like, I just, we be here 6, 7, 8 hours, it's exhausting. I said, okay. I said, let me let y'all, let me shed a little light on something. If you do not like school, you don't like yourself. I went there. I said, if you don't like school, you don't like yourself. I said, let me explain something to you. Why? Because school is made up of who? You. I said, so if you don't put nothing in, guess what?
You get nothing.
You don't get nothing out. If you are exhausted, a lot of times y'all are exhausted because of the damage control that needs to be done. I say, so if the teachers having to break up fights, have to deal with behavior issues, don't you think that's exhausted to them? I say, so it is a collective effort to make this campus what you wanted. So if you don't like the culture of this school, you don't like yourself. And I can see the teachers like, ooh.
Because
shots fired.
Because if you want to see change or different, you got to be what you want to see.
Because
and that's like you say.
They're not doing their job. No, you ain't doing your job.
Exactly.
At all.
Yo,
not even a little bit.
Yeah, you coming in, you just put your hand on your desk. You're not doing your job. How am I not doing my job? I'm not bothering nobody. Yeah, but you are creating a unmotivated environment. If everybody comes sit to the classroom and just put their head on the desk and do nothing, they ain't bothering nobody. Don't nobody want to come. There's no life here. So I was like, you know what? I said, this gonna be fun. Because we go on back. We working on some stuff. So it's like. It's like y'all gotta understand, and I know I'm using this part, but I want y'all to see yourself in this illustration. You have to understand, you are the master of your fate. God gonna give you the nut, but He ain't gonna crack it for you. You know what I'm saying?
Preach,
He gonna give you the nut, but He ain't gonna crack it for you. You know what I'm saying? You asking God to bless me, okay? He gonna give you the seed, but you gotta plant it in the ground and water it. You can't be, oh man, I ain't asked for this. The blessing that you want is in the seed.
And it's coming in the form of what you don't want, because you got to do what is necessary to get what you do want.
Yeah, you gotta work. You
gotta work towards.
You gotta do what's necessary to get what you
you desire out of
what you do want.
Yeah,
and most of the times, what you do want, the work you have to put in to get what you want, it's gonna be painful.
And your behavior is gonna tell you if you really want it or not.
It's gonna be painful.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, it is, because when you have to like it goes right back to E.T. The man that when he came out with that you see he done created a whole movement behind that. It's a whole freaking, when you look at all the stuff he's created, this one came out different. That they done created a whole movement out of that one message he did, that he turned into a book, that he turned into a it's also a want to say journal, but maybe it is a journal. It's
like a composition book.
365 UOU. It's a book. It's the book, and then it's like either workbook or journal. Mm-hmm. And so now it's turned into like a coaching program. So he done created a whole movement behind it.
A whole culture.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like UOU. You know what I'm saying? If you are not satisfied with your life, and I told the kids, and I saw the response from the teacher, they were like, "Oh, that's good." I was like, I was just throwing nuggets. You know what I'm saying? I said, I have this quote. I said, "You can't find what you're not looking for." I said on the podcast, right?
All the time.
You can't find what you're not looking for. So if you don't know what you want to do, and you're not searching out different outlets, guess what? You're gonna be sitting still, and you're gonna miss the boat. Mm-hmm. I said like one. It was so funny, bro. When I started getting their attention, I was like, "Come on, Jesus, come on through here, man. This you, this ain't me." I'm like, what do y'all do? I'm like, talk to me. What do y'all do? I say, do y'all want to own a beauty salon? Somebody want to be a lawyer? Somebody want to be a doctor? Do y'all do hair? Because bro, they got a beauty salon at the school. They connected with one of the vocational schools. And I think it's the one that Kiki went to. And I always get them mixed up. I think it's Travis or Ridge. I don't remember.
Travis.
So, yeah, they got a whole room that's dedicated. It's called the House of Beauty or something like that, I think. And they got, and I forgot. I forgot to remind him because we hadn't got so caught up with the kids. But he was supposed to take me. They got a place where barbers can go too. So they bring those in to get their service hours that they need, and then also the kids get free haircuts and free, nails and all that stuff done. So, which I'm gonna try to manage something with that because it's so much opportunity to kind of help them turn that campus around, bro. I'm really excited about it. So
that's good.
I'm just I'm hoping and praying that these people that I'm going to be reaching out to be willing to offer their services to these kids. You know what I'm saying? So. And be a mentor and stuff. So I got this whole idea, man. But I'm saying all that to say this. If I begin to go down, I was like, I said, anybody do help? And nobody said nothing. And so I went down, I'm walking back and forth, and the one girl, she said, she do hair. She do good. I was like, oh, okay. And then she tapped it. This let me know that breakthrough was happening. Yep. So she hit her. Why you ain't say nothing? So I said, why you ain't say nothing? I said, because we're here to help you. I said, do you want to just keep doing hair or do you want to own your own salon? But she ain't really want to talk. But her friend was like,
come on, man.
I say, because you got to deal with certifications, you got licenses. So I learned not only because Pastor has his own barbershop, so he shares stuff with me. Mm-hmm. So you got licenses, you got certifications, and you got business taxes that you have to pay for. I say, so the money that you get from doing your hair, you need to put that money up for preparation. I'm not saying that you can't spend it. I said, but you need to be putting a portion of that to the side for your future
expenses.
Salon.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I say, and then don't just think about it as a salon where you just have a building. It's about building a brand. You can have your own set of wigs. Mm-hmm. Because if you just focus on having a salon, that's all you're gonna have. So that's when I said
going into the depth of it.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I say dream big. I say I had like dream big. Dream big. So in damage control, I put that situation. Don't be like that young lady where people are trying to help you and you're not saying nothing, and your friend is like, "Girl, we just talked about this. You need this, but you ain't saying nothing." Mm-hmm. No accountability,
and you gonna miss your boat.
And you know what I'm saying?
You gonna miss your boat.
I'm like, help? Yeah, I need help. Here you go. Yeah, mm-hmm. Right here.
Yeah. Anybody want to invest out there? You know what I'm saying?
I'm tired. I'm trying to get there, bro. I'm tired, boss. I'm like, if you're tired, come on. Mm-hmm. And I love the fact that her friend was like, come on, you need to respond. Like this is he's here. I love that, bro. It was like, and so if you're not surrounding yourself around people like that, what are we doing? It's like and that's why I had to put that post on Facebook, because after I had that session, and it wasn't that we were just hanging out eating, but it turned into a freaking counseling session.
That's what it's supposed to be.
That's how it happened.
But it was so liberating, dog.
Yeah.
And I just had to go back and apologize to my wife about some stuff. I just had to make it right because I had to own it, bro. I had to be a man and I had to own it. So,
bro, let me tell you something about that. Look, man.
It's got your head out.
No, I'm trying to tell you, look,
ownership is different.
It is.
Ownership, I'm going to just say this right here, dog. Because I'm a guy, right? So for some reason, I don't know why, but it's just like we more prone to have to apologize for stuff.
You realize that too?
We are more prone to have to apologize for stuff. I don't know what it is.
Well, them women, but they'll hold on it.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's it.
You know, so when you recognize when you drop the ball at and you take accountability, you take ownership for it. You have to own it. You have to own it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But on the other end, the other party has to do the same thing. Look, you asked the young lady, do you want to keep doing hair or do you want to own your own salon?
Yeah, different.
Do you just want to have a boyfriend or do you want a fiance and a husband? Do you just want to have somebody who you chill with or do you want a solidified relationship?
Right.
Those are two different things.
Right.
And if both parties don't take ownership and accountability, that other portion won't happen. It won't happen. It takes both.
I'm telling you.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the ownership is something serious, bro.
Yeah.
Really is.
Yeah. It is, man. It is, and you just and it's scary because you don't know what's on the other side because you don't know if the person is going to own up to their portion of it sometimes. So I even hit it from that route, you know. But at the end of the day, freedom and liberation is for you, and whether they want to jump on board, that's up to them. You can't control that. You know, you're hoping that your action will warrant a reaction that's in the favor of the situation and controlling the damage control it to where it's not, you know, trauma bonding. But at the end of the day, it's like you have to want your freedom. So
Exactly.
and prayerfully they'll see the liberation in you and then want to be able to follow suit. But sometimes you maybe have to be the partaker of your first fruit.
Bro, let me tell you
For
something.
real?
I was it took me like I was in a relationship, right? My son's mom, beautiful lady, great mom. She's an educator. She does her thing in Georgia, right? But that was both of us were quote unquote undeveloped. So she had trauma that I didn't know about at the time. I had trauma. We were 18, 19. So when you have the you thing going on, the manipulation, the being narcissistic and stuff like that, and that stuff wear and tear on you, bro. It took me over 10 years to build my mental stability back to a level point to where I can start to do personal development on myself. You know what I'm saying? It took me over 10 years to get back to the point to feel like I do that. The breath in my lungs are just as strong as the breath in your lungs. That's how powerful it was. You know what I mean? So when that stuff happens, it's like, yo, I can't go back to that, bro.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's so damage control is very vital. And being accountable is very, very, very vital because you don't know where the other person came from. And if you're in a relationship or a partnership or a friendship with anybody, you have to be like, yo, do you notice you doing that? And 9 times out of 10, nigga, I'm like, all right, no. Do you know what that is, bro? Let me tell you what this is. This is what this is. You know what I'm saying? Because damage control also is that iron sharpening iron thing. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you walk in your house and you kick your door in and you're a handyman, you can repair your own door. You doing you repairing your own damage for your own damage control. But it's another thing to where you got blessed with a car and it's beat up and it's smoking. I'm not a handyman. So let me take this joint to the shop. But what I'm going to do, since I don't know how to work on cars, I'm going to be at that shop with the person who's working on the car as much as I can so I can learn as much as I can about the car. You see what I'm saying? So it took me a long time, and I was opening up, and maybe somebody dealt with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you end, because people don't talk about that.
Right.
They don't talk about when at that time of my life I wasn't strong enough to be like, I can't deal with this. So at the time of my life, I thought that the more I allowed you to disrespect me, and the more that I gave in, it'll show you that I love you. The more I let you walk on me and be soft on you, it'll show you that I really care about you. People don't respect that. They don't. They would dog you out. You know what I mean? So now, bro, it took me over 10 years to get myself back up to the point to where, okay, I believe I'm gonna have something now. Let me start doing the other half.
Exactly.
I'm 36 years old, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So being accountable, it hurts you because it hinders you from knocking on those doors of elevation for yourself.
Facts.
And you know, I'm studying the book of Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy is the book of repair. God gave Moses the commandments for the people of Israel to help them to prepare for the promised land. It was certain guidelines and stuff that he gave them. It was more than 10, but God, he dumbed it down for them. I'm going to give y'all 10 because y'all don't listen to nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Facts.
So you know what I'm saying? In order to repair myself, bro, I had to look at certain aspects of everything. Bro, damage control is vital. It's very, very vital because if you don't get hold of that stuff, you can mess up your partner.
Yeah.
You not being accountable can mess your partner up. Because, like I say, if you don't own that stuff, then that leaves room for you to do this. And once you start doing this and putting off your stuff, that messes up the mind and the heart of the person who you're in a relationship with. Because they trying to, bro, do you know how strong mind games is, bro?
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, narcissism,
What?
people who are narcissistic and people who guilt trip and stuff like that, bro, that messes up your mind, bro. That messes up your mind. Do you know how powerful it is to make a person be like, you know what, I know I'm right, but I'm wrong. Bro, that's powerful.
It is.
Right.
And then you act out of wrongness when you know you're right. Your mind is off.
Right.
Yeah.
So taking accountability and damage control is strong.
Right.
It's strong, and it has to be done in order for it to be in a healthy, stable environment.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm just throwing it out there, bro, because I know a lot of people, some people may have dealt with that. And most of the times, it happens with men towards women. Most of the times, because women are the more well, now I know some women who are not emotional like that, but most women are emotional. Most women actually love their partners. They can't just turn on turn it off. Some women get mad at you and they don't love you no more. And then when they feel better, they love you again. I don't know what that is, but some women actually love their partners. You know what I'm saying? So the man knows that, and they kind of dog him out. But it happens too with men towards women. So both men and women deal with that type of thing. But damage control is a very serious thing, and being accountable can help repair.
Exactly.
Being accountable is similar to one of the commandments that God gave Moses to give them in the book of Deuteronomy.
It's the cement that holds the bridge that you're trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I look at it as it's the glue that holds it all together.
It brings y'all
that bridge,
bro. You're right. Being accountable to your mess ups, it allows you to trust your partner emotionally and mentally.
Yeah,
the two become one. That your minds and your souls and your hearts become one.
On a whole new level.
Two bodies are separate, but your minds.
Yeah.
How can I trust you mentally if you're trying to disrupt my mind?
Bro, you know.
How can I trust you emotionally if you're trying to make me think something that's not what it is?
Yeah.
How can I trust you mentally? How can I trust you emotionally? How can I trust you?
Yeah. Bro.
You dig what I'm saying?
Bro,
it's powerful, bro. It's powerful.
One of the most liberating things that I enjoy, bro,
Yo.
is when I have the impression to do something for my wife that she told me nothing about, but she told God. That's been happening, even though it was, because of that, disagreement that we had. I can tell the difference in the atmosphere and the energy. I can't, however, during that whole process, it's like there were multiple times where I had did something for her, or when it got something for her, maybe took it to her job. You know what I'm saying? And small gestures. You know what I'm saying? Because I know she's going through it at work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like trying to be intentional about certain stuff. So, like for example, and I've done this a couple times, and it's like every time I've done it, there's a Hispanic food truck where they do the mangonados and stuff, right? Oh my God, it's like they give you this huge thing full of fruit. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, man, I said, I know she having a rough time right now, frustrated about some things. Assistant, she left, so. I'm gonna go grab a little fruit thing because I had a taste for one too. So I was like, let me go ahead and be surprised and take the one. She was like, man, I was just thinking about that this morning, like and it's just when you saying that cohesive, when you come together like psychologically, emotionally, outside of the physical, bro, there's a liberation there that is unexplainable.
Yep, it is.
You know what I'm saying? It's like she could have easily told me like, babe, when you got some time, can you bring me one of those mangonado? No, she told Daddy God. Daddy God impressed upon me. And then guess what? Made it happen. And every time I felt the impression to do something just out of the blue, like I wasn't even thinking about it, bro. Just out of the blue, she was talking to Daddy God. And I'm like, wow.
That's
interesting.
It's one of the most rewardings too, because it's like it lets you know you heard God.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Like, you in sync. Your vertical is
vertical
expanded. Right. You feel me?
Yeah.
When this is right, this is right.
Yeah. And that's funny because I mentioned that, and one of where we were. What was us? I don't know if we was in class. Or I was talking to somebody and they loved that. I said, "Yeah, I got that from my boy Alxndr."
Bro,
when that vertical ain't right, that horizontal is.
Bro,
it's jacked up.
Right,
bro. You not being accountable disrupts your vertical.
Right.
Because God can't even show you what's really going on. He wants you to grab it. He can't even do work because you're not grabbing it.
Because you're blocking
That's
it.
it.
Well,
he can't even you not grabbing it is disrupting this and it's disrupting this.
Yep.
Now. What should be a cross is a 4-way stop. It's a 4-way stop.
That's it.
It's a 4-way stop when it should be a continuous cross because you're not grabbing what you should be grabbing so God can work there.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, accountability is major, bro.
It's big.
It's major,
it's
dog.
It's very major. It's the cement to everything.
It's major. It's major.
Yeah.
It's major.
Yeah. It covers so many veins. You know what I'm saying? It's that glue to everything, man. It's that cement that holds all that stuff together that you're dealing with. Because you have to, if you don't accept accountability, you can house success, you can cover it up, you can put makeup on it, but at the end of the day, when you pull them covers off, when you put that makeup,
bro,
plain Jane.
I think one of the worst things that can happen is you not being able to sit with yourself. Because you're masking something that you're trying to hide from, but that you can't hide. This is burning in your heart.
Yeah,
you're not gonna be able to live with yourself. At the end of the day,
you're gonna live. You're gonna live in crisis.
Yeah,
you're gonna live in everything.
Every day gonna be a
everything. Your mental stability is going to be a crisis milkshake.
You'll be in crisis mode all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Because you're not being accountable for stuff. And here is the thing. Sometimes you do have to be accountable for things that you didn't set up. Sometimes you have to grab a hold of stuff that you didn't create, but it has everything to how you operate.
Yeah.
That's how it works sometimes.
Bro, that's every relationship known to man.
That's how it works.
All of us are dealing with something that we didn't create.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? You didn't create the procedures and policies at your job, but you got to deal with them whether you like them or not.
Yeah.
Big facts.
You didn't pick that employee that's sitting next to you. Your manager did. The VP did. Somebody in HR did. You didn't do it unless you're in management. And usually they're in a sector off to their own. So you didn't pick that person that's sitting next to you in the cubicle or the desk next to you or the office next to you. You didn't pick that person.
Yeah.
So at some point in some point in your life, it's gonna be damage control that you didn't have to, that you had no control.
And it teaches to deal with it.
And you gotta learn how to manage it. Yep.
It teaches you to deal with it, sit in it, and operate in it from a place of where it can be pure in its purest form.
Yep.
Bro, you know, I'm gonna be transparent. You know, when I started, and I'm speaking so strongly on it because coming from a person who is not afraid to say I'm sorry, I was wrong. It just made me. It just and dealing with that before when the person is you. So what really made me step my accountability game up was when I was in counseling with my son. Me and my son had a counseling session one time. So, and this time it was just me and him. And the counselor was talking about how I'm in one state, my son's in another state, right? So I was on my rant. I'm blah 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 this blah 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 yeah, and then she was listening. She said yeah. She said yeah, you do that. Yeah, you do a good job on that. Yes, good job on that. She said, but are you in the home every day? Yes, you do that. Yes, you do that. Yes, you get them. Yes, you're doing a great job from outside of the home. But are you in the home? And I had to be like, you're right. No, I'm not in the home every day. The reasons why they're not. They are what they are. It's not because I just ran off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the reasons are the reasons why. But to the core, you're right. No, I'm not there every day. And that's what people have to get to. Your reasons are your reasons. We're not knocking your reasons.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
We're not knocking your reasons.
Yeah.
Right.
Your reasons are your reasons.
And
Your
that's
reasons
not the focus.
and excuses are but get to the core of it. Did you show up or not? Did you come through on that or not? Are you there or not? You gotta be real about that type of stuff. Bro, accountability will set you free and it helps you view from the other side. If you don't be accountable, you will not be able to grow. Because if you don't view things from the other man's perspective, how are you gonna see stuff on the other side so you can be well-rounded? You will not be able to grow. And if you don't be accountable, you are gonna point the finger at somebody. Because that's a side effect from it. Not being accountable is a sickness, and the side effect is manipulation. Because the first thing you do is point the finger. You. You dig what I'm saying? It's real, bro.
Yeah, it is. And we just hope this help y'all tonight to be able to focus on what it is that you can manage and acknowledge in your life and what's going on and how you can help minimize the chaos and just be able to figure out how can I sit in the calm of the storm and just really navigate and give the best version of me that I know is needed and necessary to function in this world. Because we all got to be in our best version of ourselves at the end of the day.
Yep. That's what it is, man. Hey, man, it's been another live one. I enjoyed this one, boy.
Big facts.
Man, this was good.
I tried to be quiet, bro.
Whatever.
I was talking about you. You always talking about. I'm trying to be quiet. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't even look, man. One ear out the other.
No, I really be trying to be quiet. Like,
what? It's a podcast.
Famous.
I'm saying, but I be trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Three different points of view.
I be trying to hear what y'all be having to say. You feel me? I be
trying to hear what you got to say. Aristotle.
Alxndr. Dumbo's out right now. Go view it on YouTube, man. North Cape, we on the way.
Dumbo.
Rick Reed album is out right now. 316.
Grab that.
316.
No Ground, No Glory, and
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Life After Death is out right now.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Yes,
Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Video.
Shift Motivated. Go get some merch. Let's run it up. Let's
And
go.
some books, man.
Yeah.
And workbooks.
Yeah, man. Shiftmotivations.com. Y'all know what it is, man.
Let it change your life.
Yeah.
So you can think different and be different and have the opportunity to live different. I'm sorry, I had to throw that in there.
We'll see you
On the other side.
Yes, it out.
You my dog. Showtime.
Let's go, man. We turn it up.
And all that note. But, hey, man, we gonna get up out of here, man. Hey, be the navigation of your own system, man. That's what it all boils down to. You know, you be the captain of your own ship, and make sure you surround yourself with people that can help you navigate and help you with that damage control if you're not in a position to handle it yourself. So that's what it's all about, man. It's all about being in life, man. Like I said, this is principles that we share with you guys to help you live by design and not by default.
Not by default. Let's
you know
go.
what I'm saying? You know, everybody dealt a certain hand of cards, man. Sometimes you don't like what you dealt with, but you got to play them.
That's it.
So that's what we're talking about, man. We coming out on the other side. So, man, this has been another live one, man. We love y'all, man. Keep on the up and up. Hey, man, it's the end of the second quarter. End of the first quarter. We're good going to the second quarter. So, hey, if you ain't achieved what you wanted to achieve, it's all right. It ain't the end of the world, man. Like we said on the last podcast, you know what I'm saying? Let's celebrate the small wins. So, don't beat yourself over the head because you ain't at where you want to be at this time coming into 2024. It's all good, baby. It's all gravy, baby. And on that note, y'all know how we end this show. Shoot for the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different, you have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.